had a couple of win conditions being talked about, one being Durka and the other being Penny, and Penny has been impressing. Durka, we've seen him be answered in one of the games by Sentinels, I feel. That was the only time I've seen him really be quelled by anyone. I don't think we've seen that yet for Penny. Even in their losses, he was still finding space. His value in catching rotations, that punishment on split was, again, phenomenal. Whether it be that kind of pop-off play, the highlight play, or just that really integral kill, he will always seem to get you that. So again, that matchup between these two is going to be such a highlight in this game.
Oh, and actually, slight adjustment. In last appearance, Zelsis was on Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken. So potentially, this is V1 leaning even heavier, I guess, onto that post-plant kind of composition here. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not we see a huge kind of step change in what we see coming out of them, because I mean, you got to accredit versus Crazy Raccoons. V1 really excelled on attack, and actually it was more the fast-paced aggression, not so much, you know, kind of the reliance on that post-plant strength in terms of utility.
And welcome to the real deal. This is tournament life on the line between EU and NA. FNATIC being your EU representatives here on the attacking side, but look at V1 coming in on this, playing straight up through middle. 3 players pushing at Durka on the other side. Greets Vanity with a smile, sends him to his grave, but a quick trade out. Penny right back in, gains mid control. This, if anything, should spur on that hit towards B, but you can see it, Jammies. Oh, he's ready.
Ready to send out the snakebite to try and deny this initial plant come through. I think FNATIC just going to wait on the cooldown, at least, of the Viper Util, and actually going to go for an off-default plant here, so
Nice
because if they've got a, really good read on exactly what V1 going to try and do.
Well, you get past the kind of meta play, the util play, you still have some real firepower left with Zelsis, Effys, and Penny to try and play this back in. Touch on the spike, trying to draw some attention. Does get Magnum to swing, does claim Penny. And now Effys and Zelsis kind of pinned in here. Magnum on that mid-split. It was something that was highlighted before, is how good his lurks can be on this map specifically. Let's keep that in the back of your minds, and he's just going to take the attention. But it's buying time here. They've cleared out that flank, but it's cost them a great deal of time.
They've still got a lot to do here. 3 players to find, and a couple of key members still alive. Both are going to find first. Effys will fall. Zelsis, no choice but to get some progress on that defuse. They come through, and a pistol round win for FNATIC. That's the best possible thing I think we could see coming into today. A few of them have eluded them along the way, but that right there, perfect example, right? A few key things. FNATIC, a slight adjustment, trying to get a post-plant set up away from default, something that they know V1 have got prepared utility for. So just straight away, round 1, a tick in the box for FNATIC.
Let's talk about that spike plant as well. A little off traditional spot because, hey, we saw it instantly. Jammy's so ready for that, especially in this meta. I want to see more of that. Slight adaptation, little bits of change-ups for both sides because they're going to have to know. These two teams are so hyper-aware of the meta, and this is something that I think Sean Gare said really well on Twitter, that this is going to be a real test for V1's depth. We're going to see them tested in ways that maybe other teams don't necessarily do the same sort of thing. But it is going to be a bit of a stack coming in this time around. V1 in the right place for this, but already first pick does go down towards Durka, who wants a bit more. Gets a dink for it, though, down to 46. Good pick up there. Vanity and Zelsis. Yeah, the spike's planted, but the damage is being done. Boaster swings right back in, doubles on it. That's sick work from Boaster. Threats being made out of so little, though. V1 making this costly, and it ain't over yet.
That's also stuck backside, still 22 HP. Jammy's unable to really do anything there to dig him out. Magnum's still got 2 nanos, so an opportunity again with this kind of off default plant here all the way at backside. We're going to find the first. Anyway, Zelsis down to 22 HP. Not much longer for this world, and I think you make a really interesting point, but I want to come back to this. I think expectations-wise, FNATIC were kind of born in this meta, right? We talked about them being the pioneers. The playbook depth-wise, I've got to give the advantage to FNATIC, right? So for them to go away and kind of work on something to address this, and also, I mean, personally for me, I've always credited FNATIC for being very proactive on defense, right? So when we do come to the round switch, I think we're going to be seeing the biggest adjustment from FNATIC to address what V1 have brought to Masters.
Now, looking at the buy coming out for FNATIC here, this is actually a big investment as well, the 3 rifles coming through. So this isn't your traditional like bonus round, but Durka, this is what we've got to be looking at, is Durka's start in these sort of rounds. Roll your mind back to that previous Sentinels game. He was shut down a great deal. However, this time, a quick find on Jammies is a big pickup.
So Magnum doing the usual. This is pretty much their default on attack. They send a lot of presence towards B and leave Magnum kind of lurking outside here with the turret to kind of lock down everything on that side of the map. Potentially, actually, Effie's now comes drifting under Boiler as they creep again towards B. Still 2 members for V1 posted on A site as well, so it's only really Zelsis to hold this down for the time being. So look for him to at least survive out, maybe try and get an entry here. Turret gets smoked off.
Yeah, very aware of this so far. Zelsis, though, still trying to buy the time. He does, as you said, he is on his own, but he does have that utility with him. A late lean comes out as well from Penny, who's playing kind of deep on this one. Durka waiting to see if Penny oversteps. I think Penny's going to play pretty patient in this one. I doubt he's going to overstep the mark until required. There's the first bit of utility shown, and the spike plant being toyed with. Durka, where did you get that from? Zelsis removed from the site. While that happened, Magnum still doing this working middle. He's expecting the play to potentially come through that A side, but actually it's Vanity. Yeah, he's so aware, but this still buys time. They can't really split through middle, and you're down to these 2 rifles that I'm sure V1 really would love to keep, but at this point, does Magnum push on it? They both seem so aware. Vanity does get him, so that's Magnum gone, but this is going to be a fallback. At least they bought themselves some time. No, Durka quickly on the hunt, removes the rifle from Penny, and Vanity just going to try and live through this.
We'll get the consolation, but I mean, a big win for FNATIC here, keeping 4 alive. Also, Boaster going to obviously take the upgrade there. He did bring a Spectre into this one. Give me the 3rd closed out for FNATIC, and again, it's... First blood goes their favor, and it's kind of that slow, methodical push where they're still very, very aware of the possibility of, you know, potentially a 3rd player through here. But Durka finding this one, I guess just pure anticipation in terms of positioning there. A really nice hit once again from FNATIC. So well considered, and I mean, you know, eyes do go towards Magnum and Boaster in terms of flank control and finding value in their lurks already. We're seeing V1 kind of be aware of it, but not able to deal with it comfortably, at least on that buy round there.
No, and considering we are on the Sheriffs and the Hero Rifle left over for Vanity, keep in mind, this is a great map for version 1. A couple of losses, but that TSM in their strength and Sentinel. So a pretty reasonable couple of losses. Jammy's, though, always going to be pushed out position. Yeah. Nicely done. Good consideration. Very good usage of utility to ensure safety. You don't want to let, you know, some of those positions that Jammies is trying to get away with go unchecked. So good work for FNATIC so far. All players on rotation, though. Vanity is still your danger man in this round.
In here, just going to take a breather. Again, FNATIC anticipating maybe V1 try to re-aggress back onto these kills going against them. Actually, Recon Bolt going to be destroyed, and I'm not sure how many actually got pinged off that, but it looks like it's going to be the green light, at least for FNATIC, to progress towards site. Penny gets spotted out, has to drop down. Effie's and Penny both here now. Durka trying to line up the same shots once again, but no value this time around. A clean, comfortable plant. It'll be difficult here for V1 to crack back in. It's Vanity that's got to find the entry here.
Yeah, this has to be a clean pick too. Just you want to keep that HP as high as they can. If they could nab a rifle away, that would be sublime, but it's very unlikely considering the positioning. Vanity desperate to find that first way in. A couple of tags. Yeah, they're finding a bit of damage here. Domer a little lower, Durka, but they still stand. And no one's giving them anything. FNATIC are sitting on this one. A couple of... Look at that swing on it. That is so good. Magnum takes the focus. Durka on the swing. They are going through all of this. Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. FNATIC mean business today. They're leaving nothing to chance. This is a different look to them. Keep in mind, yeah, there was not too much danger there. It was Sheriffs, but that hero rifle, but they're keeping clean rounds. They're being so meticulous in post-plants. They're using good utility early. Hypoc, this looks like a solid FNATIC.
Yeah, it is, and it's just that slight adjustment here where they find, again, save round for V1 and I guess a little bit deeper in terms of early round aggression, but it gets absolutely punished. And you're right, it's meticulous. It's the diligence they're able to show in the early round in terms of utility, positioning, clearing out all these kind of rat spots, I gotta say, anticipating Vanity of all people, as you see him right here inside the smoke. But again, the utility, gonna deal some damage, keep him honest.
Yeah, he's going to be forced back now. He can try and buy some time to allow himself at least safety to fall back away from this. And maybe a good read from FNATIC here, knowing that there is going to be that op-out for Penny now. You can see the economy. You're going to know that that's something they can go towards. However, we know as well that My word, Durka just digs Vanity out of the position straight away. Up on the ults as well. Speaking of the Killjoy out that came in, that's going to give Durka a bit of room, but Penny says no. Mid-air takes him down, drags him to his grave, and now the 4v4 post-plant. And we still have Viper up. Keep eyes on Mystic. Full utility that he needs on this one left in check. So this is a tough retake for V1. They're going to know they're up against it here.
Dome are going to find Zelsis on the way in. Jammy's actually going to trade that one back out now. So going in favor of V1 at site at least, but here comes the utility now. The contingency plan. Magnum just got to hold down the fort for the time being. First snakebite goes through. No defuse coming through yet. Two players very low HP. Jammy's actually going to deal with it there. They do actually have time for the defuse, so a little bit of a slip there. Magnum, I guess, falling just too early, and Mystic not able to fully reset off of that. He's got to deal with the threat coming through, but really good stuff. I mean, V1 get in early enough. Everything goes their way on site. They find the first 2 kills. Let's go with a nice little snap from Penny there.
Damn.
And again, this is the sort of thing we look for in the post-plan, right? They'll send Durka forwards. Durka can play very aggressive here, because even if he goes 1-for-1, in those scenarios, it all plays to FNATIC's strength, because it runs the clock down.
I have to highlight Jammies as well. What an MVP of a round there. I thought it was going to be the other Viper coming up good, but no, Jammies just absolutely man-moding it forward, just taking the fight and winning it in such succinct time. It was so valuable to get that kill quickly. However, back in we go. Penny this time going to get a fight towards Long. Last time they did lean away. Durka, position noted, so Penny now fully aware, but he does have another player with him. He's got that Killjoy by his side, so Magnum might post up on this if Durka wants to back out.
That's big, actually. Durka just gave a blatant audio cue there and left Magnum posted. Now, Magnum's position wasn't noted, so if Penny looks to get a little aggressive with the operator here, it could be punished. Again, gonna lean away for the time being. Oh, Magnum just jumped.
Was that... Did he
do that? Don't know if that was intentional.
I'm worried it's a mouse wheel jump, or if he's... It's an audio cue nonetheless, so Penny ain't moving too far. They have lost a bit of mid control, so you can see that pressure mounting. Already you've got that Jet working through mid. That's going to be Durka. Good pickup from Zelsis, though, to find Boaster. Alleviates a little bit of that pressure, allows Penny to refocus towards the push. And he's gone unchecked, but a characteristic miss. Knives are out. No one's looking his way. You cannot leave that man unchecked. Doma does put him down, but by now, V1 are in the right... What? How has he gone away with it? Durka on the flank. Good shutdown in the end from Vanity. That could have gone so much scarier, but great play from V1. And I don't know how Penny got away with that, even though eventually he got found.
I mean, such a weird early round. It looked as if FNATIC had kind of read that situation perfectly. Durka with the bait of the sound cue dropping back off, and Magnum's position initially completely unnoted. And I'm with you. I'm not sure if that was fully intentional, because everything lined up there. You could see Penny poised to kind of find somebody drifting back out onto B lane. But as soon as he hears that second audio cue, he backs up. He's like, no, guys, I think something's up here. You know, there's an extra body waiting.
Let's go, Penny. Feeling aggressive and quick as lightning. Penny hits and runs. Durka's gone. Another tick in the box for Penny in that matchup against Durka, and now FNATIC can be working with one less, but the res invested. But Penny posted up in a new position. I thought he had that every day, but no. Has to fall away now, find a new spot, but so proactive in these angles.
Yeah, Mystic actually, I guess, got legged there. He's down to 30 HP. We'll get the heal off Doma. We'll be able to reset here. Vanity posted up close, but you've got to be careful. Magnum actually going to swing on it. He will find the entry here. I don't know how Vanity didn't catch that cross. Maybe just a little unfortunate with the timing there, but Penny will post up and he's holding this angle now, but a lot of utility block off these sight lines. He gets tagged as well.
To fall.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter's Fury away. He has to come away. I don't think he can recontest this.
Well, he has to fall away from at least denying the spike plant, right? He can't really hinder the site, but that could. Effie's! Huge work from him! Now the Killjoy comes in. Quick work from Doma, though, to shut down Penny, and now you've still got 3 players standing for V1. Boaster desperate for a connection. He can't quite do what he wanted, but Doma's still alive. 30 seconds here. Zelsis re-aggressing, though. Doma's denied it, and now it's down to just Jammies! But last time he clutched this out, and he might have to do it again. Durka up against him, spike in hand. 20 seconds now. And Durka's pushing. Jammies feels it. He feels that pressure starting to mount, and Durka just waits. Glimpse now noted. 13 seconds. Pulls him off it, Durka! Kept his cool, but look at this round, Hypoc. Yes, the end was exciting individually, but the amount of utility they poured in just to push Penny off that angle.
I love it. The double smoke onto the side, the slow setup for the rafters, it's just perfect. And And Doma's the one to eventually find Penny, but again, that was so back and forth. And actually, even after the initial utility comes, V1, I mean, they stand at the front and fight. Comes down to the 1v1 in the end, but you see it now, the purchase coming back in. Operator once again, and the judge on the side of Vanity. Jammy's only with the sheriff.
Penny. Well, they seem at least cognizant of the fact that someone could have been there. The jump peak definitely going to highlight it, and the utility to allow the cross back through. But they've now noted that the off is still in play for Penny. So good information, fine. But a 3-play stack towards B now.
Also, I'm going to come through, clear some of these close angles for them. Tag through again, the Viper Wall's crossing. They're actually dropping a really awkward time in there. Boast are going to get punished for that. Durka will trade back onto Zelsis, but not much else he can do about the plant coming through. Jammies will actually throw out the snake bite, but it's a little bit late, so they do actually get the plant off comfortably, and they can reset. You can see already Magnum and Mystic reset towards B lane. Expect Magnum to drift back towards mid, potentially.
I don't know how Durka gets away with that. There was about to be 2 players potentially swinging to yellow. That could have been such a problem, but no. Gets away with his life. Still happy to take the attention on this. And now here comes that Sight Swarm. Keep your eyes on the spike. Durka going to get the first fight on this one, however. There's the utility invested from the Viper, but Bear comes back in on the trade. Doma outdone by Vanity. Leaping across, a Mystic has to play this out so well. Vanity is an animal right now.
Wow.
And Penny shuts down Magnum. Spike should be defused. A little close, but it's fine. But Vanity, what a play.
Yeah, really interesting. I mean, I noticed as soon as they're able to reset, Magnum does actually walk all the way back into mid to come through Connector. I'm not sure of his utility situation there, but he only had to buy another second or so with that. And I mean, what can you do about Vanity? Just... What can you do about this? When he's just running at you, just jumping with a judge. Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
I mean, those are the sorts of rounds that you just can't expect it, right? It's so unorthodox to have somebody just running at you like that. But again, you know, FNATIC had the opportunity to reset. Magnum, unfortunately, gets shut down that flank. And now we see FNATIC actually back down on a lesser purchase here. Oh, we actually spot the head, but can't find that kill.
Just a little haircut, just a little off the top. Stays alive though, Durka. See if they can allow him to get some success off this. Everyone else looking across it. Yeah, there's some armor investment, but beyond that, it is mostly Sheriffs and Spectre. That's about your lot. So maybe see if they can catch V1 getting over aggressive. No. And actually, wait, Magnum's found room on Vanity. That's very surprising. He's just crept on site. Now Penny's a little baffled. What? Well, Penny? Penny S is in the building, boys and girls. Magnum, though, tries it. Backhanded. And now Boaster in a 1v1 against Penny, who's on fire right now. What does Boaster do? Spikes down in mid.
Look at where
and
Penny's
already
gone.
Penny's on the push. Penny is going to just throw the timing off so much. That's the spike left down, but Penny, this timing, Boaster's surely not going to even think of it. No way in hell did he expect Penny to be that quick on it. But Penny just saved V1 that round.
That is massive from Penny. Like you said, just completely flipped the script on expectations there of how Boaster was going to play that. Again, with spike down as well, comfortable. That's an all-out confidence play. How's he found 2 with that?
How? Was he already tagged and it hit him in the arm?
What?
Hair? Give me that, like, in slow-mo. Someone screenshot it. Find me a way. Did it hit the arm when the wall was coming up from the Sage? And that was an...
I want answers.
Give me the VOD.
I want answers.
Well, Vanity might have a couple of questions for FNATIC. Not sure about answers for now. He does feel enough pressure to back away from this, though. 5-man play towards A here.
Again, the double slow once again onto Rafters and backside as well to maybe try and isolate one of these kills. The Aldrone actually comes through. Vanity's position will be spotted. I don't know where it's sent now, just to slow things down. We'll try and tuck himself in, but he's in big trouble there if Durka decides to swing on it. The recall ball actually going to get a big tag there. Penny will follow up on it.
You can't leave him alone for a second, and Vanity's going to thread the needle. Such perfect timing. Going to get 1, even a second. Vanity finding value everywhere he goes. And Durka and Mystic, they have got the spike at least, and they've got a fair crack of time, but they've lost so much step across this map. It might be time for that quick B hit, and actually it's relatively unguarded.
Yeah, Jammy's actually drifting away as that hit was coming through, so completely wide open here, and I'll be honest, Mystic still with 2 snake bites. It's a 2v3. They can get the plant down. Durka tries to play this a little more aggressively, potentially. This is still doable for FNATIC. Lots of time here, but
that pick.
Yeah, he tried to tap to try and find a peak. You're absolutely right, Lauren. Not going to pay off for him, and now actually we've already closed the distance here. Hunter's Fury going to buy some more time as well. Oh, it's tough, yeah.
Very well done.
Right there. Again, FNATIC just expecting that. I guess V1 didn't read into that A hit as much as they did. Because they were there very, very late, honestly.
I don't really blame Durka for taking his time, maybe expecting someone to be lingering around, trying to pull that player off the site, give them that 2v2, but Vanity's bailout on that second there.
I gotta say it, like, Smoke Criminal is just like the most fitting name for him. How many times have we seen this guy? And actually early on, you know, for FNATIC already showing, like you said, you know, those meticulous clearances and being wary of all these spots, but still he gets away with it. In that round there, I'm not even sure actually if Boaster's Aldro noted him at backside and he just makes the the ballsy play, right? Is to creep forward, throw himself a dark cover down, sit inside it and wait for the hit to come through. Again, at that point, you know, in the positions noted, they think, actually, yeah, we spotted out the one guy we're expecting to rat. Yeah, maybe he will back away now. But no, he's like, yeah, actually, you've seen where I am. I'm going to go even rattier. I'm going to push forward inside my own smoke.
Look, the OG Smoke Criminal, Stewie, just still hitting up NA. Just, it's just in the blood by now. North America just knows how to do it. They get that timing so nice on it as well. So at this point, good timing, I feel, for the tactical timeout to be called for FNATIC. They did that nice run earlier on, but once we've got into the meat of things, the gun rounds, and Penny's got that op out, it has been a pretty clean run from V1.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's impressed me most about V1 is their ability to find this value in the mid-round, right? And in terms of audibles and the calling, and they respond so well to these kind of slow information-gathering plays on the back of mostly Penny and Zelsis, I'll say it. But again, here, it's Jammies also. In terms of the rotation timings, and I guess, yeah, in that previous round, you could say maybe they could play, you know, a 2-1 split and leave Jammies on B side, but actually, I mean, FNATIC kind of reading into it, it plays perfectly for them to just stack up. So, actually, yeah, it's great to see, you know, Vanity do his thing, Penny do his thing, but it's the structure behind this.
I love the switch up off the pause. I always love it. After a timeout, to try and go a little aggressive, throw any plan that FNATIC might have basically in the bin. I think that's quite the nice idea. It has cost Effie's life, though. Somehow Durka's managed to grab that Vanity down a little lower on HP, but nothing too much to worry about just yet. Trying to find the timing on it. Just looked away. Durka outdoes him, but there's still presence on the site. You can see Penny lingering around. Spike plant will be coming, and I don't think that's going to be able to be stopped at this point. No, it's down.
Reset now. You already see Mystic in position. Doma will find Jammies actually responds onto Doma, though. But again, clock ticking away. Only 2 members left for V1. They've got to break this post-plant setup, and I'm sure if that was Jammies or Mystic, but the initial molly's slightly off there. Penny will check it, but Durka still comes out on top. Jammy's the last man standing. We'll try and save this out. You're already Boaster actually coming through mid, potentially to cut him off. So I think he's going to have heard, yeah, he's heard Jammies backing away. They're looking to punish, looking to get this weapon off the table.
Jammies, aka Jame, right now. Just trying to get that rifle through. Gonna actually keep it away from Boaster, at least for now. Finds a little bit of cover. Just doesn't want any of this. Oh no, 4 HP.
4 HP?
Just don't breathe. Don't breathe. You're fine. I don't know if he lived. I don't know if he lived. We'll find out. Magic surprise coming in. Yeah, Durka though, finding the timing on Vanity there. It was a second's difference, man. Like, it's just how the game goes.
The other thing as well, Vanity just slips off that edge there, so I guess he can't fully get a grip on that recoil either. I mean, he looked ready for it. I mean, the initial peak, like you said, yes, I love the pace change, but as soon as V1 show a little bit of aggression, Durka still hops up on pipes. Like, even when they get the double peak at the start, he's still just like, yeah, I'm still going to peek this.
This is interesting. You got a 3-play stack on B long, ult invested towards A, and this wasn't a default coming out from FNATIC, so they don't have that much information, but a good counter from the Killjoy.
Yeah. Again, seeing this more often now. As soon as you know that the ultimate comes up, the Viper's rotated to a different site altogether, and you know that the lean's potentially going to be elsewhere. So great read from FNATIC. Yeah, Hunter's Fury comes out. Actually, no initial damage done yet, but zones off a couple of angles here, and look at that. Durka goes up top there with the Blade Storm, but the spike actually, it denied the plant.
Yeah, it did. And that's massive work. A little bit of time garnered here. Now Durka's going to be under pressure, and he knows it. He's got so many players around him. He's trying to dip out of there, try and get to a little bit of safety. Jammy's big pressure.
No way.
No, not to a pistol. Jammy's finds him with one. And the UI feeling about as rough as EU did after the first couple of games, but Jammy's going to continue this one forward. We still have the positioning coming out, though, from Mystic on the back lines. Keep your eyes on that defuse. He has to play this to the seconds of perfection. Boaster on the big boy flank, though. Has he made noise, though? I feel as though he's been heard. He's been noted. He's still going to find Zelsis, but time. They should have enough of this.
Yeah, definitely going to be able to get it there. I love the play with Vanity, just the TP all the way back. Try and contest Mystic there. Apologies for the UI, but we'll get that fixed hopefully before the next round starts. A little bit chaotic throughout that. I was taking a look to see what utility they had left. And the first awkward 1v1 we'll see with Jammy's actually completely removing Magnum there. I gotta say, I'm not sure whether or not this is just a slight adjustment from FNATIC, but Magnum playing a little more aggro than I'm expecting in these post plants. Maybe just to try and, I guess, read into the way that V1 are going to try and contest the utility lineups, but a little bit strange to see. Again, he's usually doing what we've seen Boaster do on Icebox at least, which is these very, very late lurks through mid, on both sides, actually, A and B. We've only really see him do it on B. He's kind of been first point of contact in terms of the post-plant hold.
It does seem as though we have a little bit of a tech pause here. But we can kind of talk through what we've seen so far. And I mean, there's been plenty to talk about. It's been a good start for FNATIC. They got the pistol under their belt and they ran with it and they looked pretty solid, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Now, the answer back on the rifles, though, came in perfectly. And again, in these post plants, I do want to highlight, Jammies to me has been so good at digging out Mystic from these positions, constantly pressuring those post plants. And if you've known these two teams coming into this, let's say you watch both regions, you enjoy the meta that's currently in, you know that they're going to be so hyper aware of how to pressure it, how to make that other player uncomfortable, to play the opposing number, right? Your other Viper, they've got to know what's up. Oh no, I don't like a chair. I don't like a chair lean. I don't like it.
Don't like it when they go horizontal. It's not good.
No, we don't like a tilt. But what stood out to you the most in this so far, in this matchup at least?
I think, like I said, just that slight adjustment where even in the post plant, seeing FNATIC play things a little, again, you could say expectations wise, Durka's fine doing what he does, and usually it's Doma not too far away. He's usually kind of the second point of contact, but I guess with Durka getting dealt with quite a few times, it's looked a little rough for FNATIC. It doesn't look as if they've really been able to comfortably lean on all that utility, which would have been the expectation, right? And actually, conversely, I mean, if you're going to see them kind of adjust and anticipate that switch up from V1 to really challenge that post-plant hold, I want to see kind of FNATIC double down. And I don't want to see Durka be kind of solo on the front line there. Boaster giving us the eyes. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to note as well. Like I said, just a few change-ups here with Magnum tending to stay on site, especially when they hit A, and Boaster being in that lurk role. Whether or not, relying on Sova also in the post plant, having a lineup from somewhere for those shock darts or something, because I don't feel good right now about that whole V1 are able to retake pretty comfortably sometimes because they're finding entries so early on. Like I said, the big condition of this meta and this composition is running the clock down, coming in, finding a clean plant, but also in the rounds where FNATIC are finding a first blood or Durka's finding an entry onto a site, V1 are still able to kind of dictate the pace in the retake, which is just odd.
Yeah, and there was a actual tactical timeout from FNATIC prior to this a couple of rounds ago, so maybe they were trying to address that, and we'll have to wait and see how it looks going forward. But overall performance so far, I think a lot of the win conditions for V1 have come online early. I mean, Penny is having a series as soon as he gets that up.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Whew, the impact he can have. Like, the one thing I think all of us can agree, even, you know, prior to Masters, was that North America, they've got some incredible operator players out there. You know, be it your, like, you know, your Wardell, whoever it may be, right? You can go through most of the teams almost and pick out like a standout, right? There's so many of them. But it's great to see Penny finding that form here at LAN as well. Yeah,
it is. I mean, it's no real shocker to say that Penny for me is been the most exciting player to watch on version 1. And again, I think that comes down to they made this comparison on the desk in terms of, you know, what FNATIC do and kind of the structure and the support system around Durka. It's all well and good, but the amount of times we've seen Penny just all out solo come up huge in a situation on Jet with an operator, with a rifle, whatever it is, positionally. I think actually Potter made a really good kind of analogy about risk assessment, right? Positionally, that's where Penny excels as a Jet.
Yeah, 100%. Now, 6-6. Close game. I think we were all kind of getting what we want out of this. If anything, this is just proving that these two are very well matched. Durka going to get the first bit of contact really through this. Going to spam away through the wall, but no connection from it. And Penny on the other side doing the same.
Jammies, meanwhile, though, has walked all the way up. Magnum might just catch him creeping. He does indeed, and actually still nearly caught him off guard, but Magnum comes out on top. Now, information given across to FNATIC. Again, contact shown on both sides, but no follow-up on Jammies. It's only going to be Magnum and Mystic now with Boaster drifting back onto Boiler. Durka's position noted. No follow-up on the drone here, and actually going to see Effie's remain here on A to try and sell this fake, but as I say that, two members of V1 actually onto yellow now. This could have FNATIC.
Look at that spike.
Yeah, running all the way around the map here. It's going to be... Look at this. It's drawn them way off A site already. It's only Doma.
It is the infamous double pump.
We'll have a
go back towards A. It's got to be the double. Doma, though, the timing's got him. Vanity just cresting that corner at the perfect time. Brilliantly done. Well felt out. You do have that mid flank coming out from Boaster. Durka, the timing again. Magnum, though. Nice spacing on that to make sure Vanity couldn't punish Durka there. Nice work off the back, but leaves it open to Penny, just seemingly almost predicting it. Magnum unable to remove much pressure from the side itself and still doing work, but it is down to Boaster here. A 1v2 presented, and you've got Zellsis and Penny in good positioning. Just having to make the time sit on their side, and they do just that. V1 off to a good start in the second half.
I like it again. It's just coming through, selling that fake on B. As soon as the rotation comes off, they're in a great position to capitalize on it. And even just a slight adjustment there, planting in a weird spot. So potentially, actually, you know, if all goes wrong, they've got two players on B. The plant is for screens, right? It's for mid, potentially, to kind of run down the time that it takes to rotate. Really, really nice round from V1. And again, actually, I was after Jammies walking all the way through, and I initially said no follow-up, but, you know, 15, 20 seconds later, there's a second lurk coming through from two players, Penny and Zellsis.
Nice start for Vanity. Let's see if they can do the same as FNATIC did, keeping these first couple of rounds nice and clean. And it looks like that's the case so far. Jammies. Just want to get caught out by that Killjoy on the other side. Magnum would love a bit of timing on this, but I doubt Jammies is going to give it to him. And yeah, leaning right towards A, where it will be Boaster waiting to see if he can maybe do some damage, but V1 look pretty well prepared for this.
Yeah, Magnum actually going to be trailing. Oh, Boaster swings out, finds a headshot, but no kill there. 20 HP on Vanity. Magnum finally catches up to Jammies. We'll find this kill, but position noted. Difficult here. Look for him to try and do a little more damage here, but Penny already wise to it. We'll find the headshot there. V1 close out the second. Go up 8-6 here now. Important thing, and I mentioned this the first time we saw V1 play at Masters, and look towards Jammies to be just that hard lurker here, especially playing the Viper role. And just look for him to just show a little bit of presence early round, every single time. Now, if FNATIC can kind of read into that, potentially isolate that one kill, it removes a large kind of you know, factor for the post-plant hold, right? We keep talking about this utility. What I don't want to see is Magnum hunting solo. One of the biggest things that I always talk about with FNATIC is being proactive and being able to isolate players in these kind of defensive executes. That's what I'm looking for here on Jammies.
Now, it is the bonus round for V1, but it does pack a punch in the form of Penny with that rifle. A couple of Bulldogs out as well, and Effie's still with that Spectre. Just Jammies down on the Sheriff, but everything they need around it. And on the other side, the rifle buy-up comes out. V1 testing a little towards middle, walking 2, but not really committing off the back of it just yet.
And finally, Jammy shows his face on the B lane here. Oh, actually, that's unfortunate. Their Vanity actually gets tagged, so FNATIC's still aware that they're trying to pull contact on both extremities here, try and force that rotation out. Look at this now, Durka and Dome are actually clearing all the way through B lane, so this is very early information, way before the spike's going to be planted on A, Lauren.
Keep your eye on Zelsis in middle as well by the time this flank comes in too, but that's for maybe a second after the site hit comes out. Mystic does catch off Penny, no trade going to come from that. Vanity needs to back for a second, and here comes that mid lurk. Zelsis very prepared for it, finds Durka. Does he expect Doma? They are normally the duo, but Zelsis just needs to live. That makes Doma feel, you know, as said, chocolate teapot style, not so useful. And yeah, good work from Vanity on the way back in. 12 seconds though, I don't know if it's enough time. Zelsis just trying to live here, surrounded. Magnum's down, Boaster tries to hit that flank! And just like a knife in the back, he finds Effies and Jammies. Vanity catches him though, and now Mystic just has to live. No one catching him before the time runs out.
They're really, really good. Well handled by FNATIC there. Again, expect as soon as Durka and Doma find all that space on B and start creeping towards mid, expect them to actually lean away from A a little bit, at least try and not hold on site itself. This is just too risky, right? I mean, at that point, you just want to keep the numbers advantage. You want to at least keep it to a 5v5 in the retake, especially when you have this much pressure towards the back lines and Jammies playing over towards Belt on A. It's a really, really well considered hold there from FNATIC across the entire map.
We know this by now. Durka will play this spot, and he plays it pretty well. Can often get 2 kills from this quite comfortably, but for now we see that lean towards A coming out from V1. Penny gonna lead the charge here. Utility gonna at least clear some of these corners on the way in. Vanity by his side and Mystic on the other. Wants to try and deny the spike plant, but he's actually completely unscathed. Vanity's just fine. Tries to dip away. Magnum gets one. Mystic catches Vanity on the back pedal, but it's still Zelsis standing tall. Quick little bit of util on the side, but Mystic! So much work, but now we get into the post-plant realms. We know it. Jammies is here. Effie's by his side. These two are so well prepared for this. Unless there is something mad coming out, how are you going to get on that spike?
Yeah, Effie's also has the shock dust as well. Now we know how bad this can be, but Utility invested pretty early here with Mystic finding these kills. That's everything gone, I'm pretty sure. So Mystic can just stick this.
They got the timing just right. I don't think he can stop the defuse. No, he can't. He can get maybe the kill afterwards. It doesn't matter. The timing a little early maybe on that one.
Yeah, this is really interesting as well, because actually FNATIC don't go and challenge the backlines, right?
No.
Mystic finding those kills. Yeah, Mystic finding those kills when he did on site, and actually Zelsis being the important one, he's going to be the first point of contact, right? He falls back, he finds these 2 kills, which is huge, right? All he needs to do is get back under nest. That's all he needs to do, because he then is the person that defends the push from FNATIC. All FNATIC do is they say, right, wait this out, guys. They're going to have to burn it early. If neither of them are going to peek the defuse, they're going to have to use that utility early.
Get out of my way.
Okay, Penny, I'm pretty sure on the ult here. You can see the rest did manage to get rifles up. Just 1 Bulldog for Effies, but he does have his ult as well. Plenty of ults coming online here for V1. All excluding Jammies, but the amount of room Durka's garnering them here, if they can punish that later, that could be interesting. But for now, he's holding half of this map.
I think now we see the readjustment from Jammies. It's like, yeah, okay, we need to address the mid-round kind of backline control. I'm not going to show on B. I'm going to sit at the top of spawn ramp, and we're just going to wait. We're going to play this out slow here, because I think the plan here is to find entry with Penny, at least with the Blade Storm. And Jammies to be able to punish this flank now. Zelsis as well set up with the turret.
Oh no. If FNATIC aren't patient, they're going to walk right into the Zelsis. No way, that timing. No way. If they were about to push through middle, just missing each other by split seconds. FNATIC going to fall away from this. They feel as though they've checked on mid. Nothing's towards B. They actually left a little bit of a rotation of Magnum over there, but they can kind of fall back towards A. Super late site hit coming down now, so Vanity aggressing towards the site. Mystic, Doma, both towards short. FNATIC left the site here, maybe reading a little bit into this pace change and unaware of how to handle it, but Penny can't handle the knives now. Doma outdoes him, a rarity. Penny's been on point, but now Vanity playing that smoke, the criminal himself. Can he get away with it? For now, he's going to at least draw the fire. Fred falls away. Postplan comes in. Killjoy out, invested.
And everything. Actually, the TP from Vanity, I love this as well. The Hunter's Fury goes down. Actually just creating a little bit of paranoia in the backlines. But the defuse coming through. It's already halfway. Finally dealt with here. Magnum invests the lockdown as well to try and clear some of this close space, and he's going to go hunting.
I see a wall on this too. I don't know if that post plan's going to work out well. No, it doesn't. Another defuse going to come through. FNATIC somehow playing this style against them. And look, we said it. If anyone knows how to do this, it's going to be FNATIC.
Yep.
That's twice now they've succeeded in post plants, which is pretty rare, to be fair. That took a lot. Now we know the wall's going to come in, but there's the first attempt on it. Great work from Effie's to pull Doma away. But still, at this point, they are trying everything they can.
And again, it's the utility management, right? It's holding on to key pieces of util, like the wall. So these things like walking mid, right? Sending Boaster and Doma to walk mid in the mid round. It's things like that that means the Doma doesn't have to invest, his wall on tube. Just simple little adjustments like that and playing a little differently. I mean, V1 actually, I gotta say, at least in the early round, playing a little slower than what we've seen so far at Reykjavík. I mean, Penny, yes, he's having a very good game, but it's not as aggressive as we've seen. At least they're not fighting for this early round control, and not really hunting out that entry, Lauren, right? We haven't seen him really playing very aggro on the operator. Even on the Bladestorm round previously there, he's just kind of hovering back and forth on belt. This is actually the perfect response from FNATIC in terms of just positioning and these small kind of fact finders in the early round.
But we've also said this about Durka. He does play a hybrid when it comes to this map specifically as a jet operator, I guess, but he does lean more towards the rifle than most. He doesn't often post up for those early fights. We saw this when we were, I think it was like us looking at him against like CNED or someone just someone who's more traditionally a heavier operator player.
Yeah.
He doesn't necessarily take those forward fights. He's not going to allow Penny to have as many of those instant opportunities. It was something that definitely cost him a fair amount against Shazam. So maybe an adjustment, keeping that mentality calm, could work for Durka here.
I mean, the other thing as well to consider, obviously, was Elsa's making the switch back to Killjoy. I think the first time we saw them play Phoenix was actually in the Challengers 2 finals when they brought it out against Sentinels. But again, they have run that versus Crazy Raccoons. So maybe that's why we're seeing a little bit of an adjustment here in terms of the tempo from version 1.
Yeah, the bank's far from established for either side as well. It's both... It's been kept humble on either side. Penny going to try and get that quick start, though. Magnum's the one going to be drawn to attention. That's going to be the turret very quickly removed.
You see them now trying to set up a turret inside kitchen here to give them a forward push. And exactly the thing I was talking about, right? Doma not using the wall on tube. We're going to see V1 now try and walk up. Vanity going to find Mystic elsewhere. Actually going to come through and double down on that, but this is all presence elsewhere. Yeah, all presence elsewhere. Vanity still now just going to create problems whilst V1 lean towards B site.
What a switch up. They took mid control. This is punishing every rotation, so everyone's on an island. If you're at A or if you're at B, you can't really leave it because you've lost all that control. Zelsis is just the bouncer, right? Like, you can't get past this guy. Now, Durka could do something dirty on his own, but that's all it's going to be, is Durka doing something individual here. He's got no support on the way. It's a long way off. Magnum's done well in middle, but even now, it's still tough. They don't know what's clear. They don't know what's safe. The spike plant's gone down, and it's a post-plant 4v3, and they still cannot clear this player out in middle.
Jammy's 2 snake bites, 1 shock dart on F. He's noting that now. V1 need to hold deep. Actually, Zelsis gets spots out there, but still comes out on top of the first. Doma going to get Magnum back on his feet, so it comes to a 3v3, and HP advantage in favor of FNATIC. Durka now trying to pressure this back line. They get this entry, but Penny comes out on top.
Yeah, this is still going to be tough. The HP may be low, but the time's dwindled. I think they know it as well. Time to back away here. Really good switch up from V1 after that timeout. That was perfectly done. I'm so happy we saw that coming out of that tactical timeout. And you highlighted it earlier I think that's the perfect example, right? Is that we noted the wall hadn't been committed towards Tube. Clearly, the coach for V1 noted that too, and it was a pressure point. They found it, they already capitalize on it, they push up someone like Zelsis to be a nuisance in middle, make those rotations impossible, and while this happens, even better, Vanity finding a pick towards the site is just, it's everything they could hope for.
It is indeed. I mean, I do love just those micro adjustments there, and actually, at the same time, it's...
Duck is going in middle here. Zelsis the one on the other side. Does anything give this away? There's the owl drone going through. Effie's the one to show it, but there is still another player here. There's two players waiting in middle. There's the counter to it. Durkin out. He swings and he still gets Zelsis. How does he get that?
Coming through, gets away completely scot-free as well. Vanity once again will come through and find an entry onto A site. He's got Penny here to back him up this time around, but Durka and Mystic already can try and to contest this. Effie's going to find Mystic as well now. Durka unable to make a move with Vanity holding on to the other side of this smoke. Little tap comes through from the spike now. Durka will find one, but Vanity still positioned well to trade that out, and it just comes down to Boaster.
30 seconds
It's
left.
going to be V1 pulling 10-9 ahead.
Oh, this is great work from V1. That pause has just given them that refresher coming back into this. They really have a good read now. And for FNATIC, they need to think quick on their feet. They really need to find a solution and fast, because as it stands, V1 really have the reins now. For the last couple of rounds, they found the perfect answer to this. They've punished the mid plate. They've been catching players. Boaster trying to get a little bit of work done here. Gonna find Vanity, but the last two, how would you pull them out of position? Penny and Effie's. Yeah, no, not gonna happen. Has to back away here. Rifle trying to keep that one in hand. Falls away, and it will be double digits hit for V1 in map 1 now.
Again, I gotta say, on the back of Vanity. Again, fight. Nearly got it at the end there, but yeah, like I was saying, on the back of Vanity, just kind of, again, just coming in, being way ahead of the curve, way ahead of the, you know, the beat in terms of what FNATIC are expecting.
Enemy remaining.
Again, Durka unable, yeah, Durka really unable to do anything there to kind of help Mystic, with Vanity just posted on the outside of his smoke. I guess the complete opposite to what you would expect, right? He usually would be inside it.
Quick TP as well. No info directly there, but a good little information that, well, yellow looks safe, so hit that cross, and it's quite pacey from V1. There's the ult as a reply, though, from Mystic. You can see the purchase is iffy for FNATIC. Bits and pieces dragged together, the leftover from Boaster in that final round. This take is good. Just how do they get past that ultimate? Mystic can be playing this for his life. Vanity again, the space this guy is taking for them. Constantly just trying to take room away from FNATIC. It's so well done. Keeping them back towards middle. No freebies being found here for FNATIC, as the spike now should be able to get planted. It is. And Vanity going to pop himself up on top, have a little look over the wall. He's going to spot out not just one, but two, three. He sees them all. Line them up, maybe knock them down. Wait, Boaster, what? Wait. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. Boaster, probably a little bit baffled too, but we move on from it. A 2v3 and Dirk is on 1 HP. Still does damage. He's going to have to fall away from that. We still see that post plant. Look at it. If Jammies and Eppies are alive, man, there's so little you can do with this.
Jammies actually posted up. Going to get tagged up here, but again, got to close the distance. Got to find both of them. Durka will find one more, but 20 HP. Clock ticking away. Effie's and Jammies already done the hard work. No possibility. Comes through, and V1 continue to push forward. 11-9 the scoreline. And I gotta say it now, with all that hard work Vanity's done in a couple of rounds leading up to this, you know, that conditioning factor now becomes apparent, right? The wall blocks off the information. Vanity shows a little bit of presence. The FNATIC are left wondering, is he faking again? Is he just kind of trying to draw out this rotation? Like, what is happening? And that paranoia builds here, and it's so much pressure, especially with a round deficit, to try and keep your finger on the beat in terms of, you know, where the hit's coming through. Vanity is doing so much work right now for V1.
Oh, he has been the difference maker in my mind in the last 3 rounds. After that tactical timeout, his value has increased exponentially. He has become the difference maker. Now, we saw Penny being that a little bit in the first half. He was, you know, really creating some good room. Jammy's having a good couple of rounds. Zelsis feeling, you know, kind of, I guess, filling the gap a little bit as well. Like, everyone was having a good enough performance. It was fine. But Vanity has been hitting different in this half. The last couple of rounds have been perfect. Now, we do have a bit of a shaky purchase. I want to see what Boaster goes for, but we do have the op coming out for Durka, so we haven't seen much of that yet.
No, and that actually makes me think they're going to continue. It's like I was saying, and again, Icebox is a weird one in terms of FNATIC, but they don't tend to have too many of these more kind of, you know, choreographed defensive executes, right? These kind of set plays for taking early round control with utility. But actually, he must have already have full armor, actually, still got decent utility. So actually got the full armor and the Vandal purchase here. But it's a good point you make. To see the operator come out here makes me think that actually FNATIC want to sit back even further now. Because like I said, in the early round, Vanity is just creating chaos, right? And it's the two players, once again, like I said, yes. Vanity showing presence, and then Jammy's the one that actually towards the start of this half was the lurking factor, right? So the guessing game right now, the mind games, the psychological warfare version 1, it's literally got FNATIC running around in circles.
Yes, it does. Keep your eyes on Vanity. Doma on the switch up this time. That's a little bit of a different look here. Durka's actually got himself over towards A. Not your traditional look for Durka. Doesn't normally post up this aggressively, but maybe the impact that Vanity's had has to have an answer. They're going to put Durka towards it as mid gets tested a touch as well, but he's a little worried that someone might have slipped the net, but no. Vanity seems so aware of this. If he gets down Durka here,
Let's go.
Slowly lean forward.
Perfectly placed smoke, man. It's just like, oh, something's weird here.
Yeah, something seems odd. And they've heard the steps. Vanity knows something's up here. Smoke down towards middle. Durka holding a little bit more of a passive line.
This is the other aspect, right? Again, you play a couple of fast hits in terms of what Vanity and Penny have been doing in the early round, and now when they sit like this, you gotta rely on FNATIC remaining disciplined.
Oh,
Vanity crouching almost as if he knows what's on the other side of that wall.
This is going to be all about the timing on it. You're going to see it come out right about now. Durka is in under so much scrutiny. Util comes out, everything being poured in towards him. He gets away from it for now. The ult does come in, but Vanity works forward. Durka finds him. First time they found the answer to this. 10 seconds on the board.
10 seconds.
They have to, and the spike's in middle right now. They're going for a quick B piece. I don't think they can get there in this time. Yeah, Zelsis could maybe be a nuisance. Eyes on the spike. They don't have enough time on it. There is no way they have enough time on this. FNATIC, let them run down the clock. They will not bite into it. And that one pick on Vanity, that one bit of work was everything they needed.
That was such a strange round. Again, actually kind of, like I said, trying to embrace all that paranoia they've built with all of this early round pressure. And it just comes on the back of, like I said, this one kill, but also the lockdown, right? As soon as they see the lockdown, it's like, oh, crap, guys, we got 20 seconds left in the round. The lockdown's still burning for 8 seconds. That takes us to 12 seconds. The math doesn't work out. They try and hit the rotate to B, and again, got to credit FNATIC. With them playing with that operator so deep on belt, then backing up to site, they have enough control to just sit in that 2-1-2.
But the fast mid, they've gone for fast mid lean. Look towards where Penny is. Look at their positioning. Effys has already found Doma. They're about to be wrapped towards B. It's going to be Boaster on an island here. Magnum can try and help, but it's not going to be pretty. Boaster's found Jammies, but a quick trade out for Effys. And now the 4v3 ensues, and Mystic, Durka, and Magnum, I don't know where they're going to find these from, but Magnum trying to creep up towards Tube. He's going to get the swing on it.
Oh,
no,
that's a big win.
Huge pick for Zelsis. Spike now down, and FNATIC in trouble. A huge pace change there. That mid play was perfect. Penny finding Mystic now. Durka, you're going to back away, and he can't. Great work from V1.
That was beautiful. Again, to just go from one end of the extreme to the other. I mean, big discussion coming into this, right? Depth. They have such a good hold on the game right now in terms of the pace, in terms of the tempo of these rounds. And like I said, all of these things, they add up now over 3, 4, 5 rounds, and they can just run rings around FNATIC. They can switch up, hit mid like this, and FNATIC just aren't prepared for it. They aren't.
It does feel as though V1 are determining the pace. They're kind of leading this kind of mental game the entire way through. Durka does have his ult available. Vanity's on the op here. And a mid piece right back at them. They're walking mid. There's 2 of them, Doma and Durka, are walking mid on this piece. Now, they've gone quite quickly towards this. Now, they've noted enough that it makes them feel they can fall away from this now. Presence made towards middle.
You should run.
You're going to have the commitment of the ultimate from Zelsys. Vanity still watching for this one. Magnum's got to be careful now. He knows there's presence coming his way. A spam? Sure, but he's got to back out from this now. There's the ult as well coming out from Viper on the site. This should be a plant, but they haven't done it just yet. Still a minute on the board, and they've just taken towards the site. You're going to have the ultimate popped on the other side of things.
What?
Magnum and Durka in combination, though, find quick picks. Penny and Zelsys go down. Jammy's trying to get that spike back to hand, but this player's on the site with him. He is not safe here at all.
He's not. Actually, Magnum just going to charge on through and he'll find the kill. It's Jammies as well. Both
No, not again,
Actually going to
Boaster.
flush him out with the shock dart, but FNATIC now in a 4v2. Effie's the only man left, and shock darts, yes,
Vanity's
but not
alive,
in a decent
Hypo.
position here.
Vanity is still alive, and I will not doubt this man. The diffuser's coming in right now. It's over halfway. They are sitting this one as
The
best
wall
they can.
again.
They have taken it to 11. The wall succeeds, and V1 now have the challenge in front of them. It's OT or it's GG in map 1. What do they do with this? FNATIC turn it around in the final moments. We're at 11 to 12. This could not be a better game between these two.
And again, it's a similar situation to what we've seen with V1 before, right? It gets to kind of this momentum round, right? When everything comes online, they have the Viper's Pit, the lockdown, they have all this utility to invest on this set piece here. Unfortunately, okay, I'm sorry. Again, though, it's Magnum. It's the second time, but it's because Magnum goes hunting inside the Viper's Pit, right? The decay, he's low HP.
Durka, hold on. He's gonna have one. He's got 2! It could not happen! Both for
way.
Durka! But FNATIC needs him. He comes online. That's 3 huge kills, and now Effie's is just stunned. His team just got shredded on the way in.
It's insane. Again, V1 just tried to take the fight hyper aggro in the early round here, and Durka comes up huge for FNATIC. A minute left on the clock. Effie's last man standing. Gonna have his recon bolt back off cooldown now, but it's gonna take a miracle. We've seen Effie's clutch out a few rounds, but this is a tall order for him.
Let's see what you got, Effie's. It's not over. It'd be OT. But he's gonna fight with everything he's got for it. Spike in hand, 48 seconds. 4 players in front of him. It starts with 1, but the trade comes out. But that round was Durka sitting in what's normally, I'd say, a 1 and done, but somehow he gets away with 3.
Yeah, just absolutely. I mean, the guy's 31 and 17 right now. He's having an absolutely insane performance.
Zelsys was facing it too.
Zelsys was facing it. Vanity, I guess, was still placing a smoker. They just wanted to execute really quickly here. But you're absolutely right. The fact that he gets out after finding 2 and then finds a 3rd is absolute insanity.
But look, V1 have been setting the tone until now. That's been the
It's
first couple of rounds where I feel it's back and forth between these two.
Yeah, I can't believe we're V1 and overtime again. This is when things got really dicey. Yes, we can credit the in-game leadership.
Boss play.
Durka? Whoa.
That was a tag on Penny. Penny's 60 HP.
I don't know how, but
I check him, PC man. But for now, that was contact towards B, but it is still a piece towards A. You have a bit of a split here. 3-2, spike towards spawn. They're not really overly committing anywhere. I say that, and they're making fair progress. They're pulling utility away, but I feel like FNATIC are going to fall off this. This is a fake piece.
Yeah, and Penny's already come drifting over. See now, only going to be 1 player, and that's Zelsys on B site for the time being. FNATIC holds strong. They haven't committed either side just yet.
Well, I like this from Effie's. Fact finding in middle could be big, but just holding space for now. That could have been good timing for him. Still hearing steps towards A and utility being shown, but FNATIC down to 36 seconds now. We know they can play slow, but hey, V1 have shown they can try it too.
The Boast is in here trying to sell a fake, but Penny already posted up. Going to find the right information. FNATIC, they got to go now. 20 seconds, they're committed. They have to hit B site.
If there's any utility in the way, there's going to be a problem, but Boaster and Durka in quick combination do find two. Jammies and Penny are down. It's on Vanity to try and dissuade this. Denial on the defuse, on the spike plant even, excuse me. Zelsis finds Mystic. That's massive work. And now FNATIC clutching at straws. They look rabid in this. They deny another peek. But Effie's, can he do anything? He's bringing it to the absolute finest of margins, but Boaster has missed him. There is a world in which he can still find this 1v1. Boaster's timing is everything. Does he spot him? Not yet. Effie slips the...
Oh no, Effie!
Slips the net. It's a fumble from Effie's. He has to push Doma out of position. He's found the fight, but Doma just slips away. He fades away, makes it harder. No one is giving Effie's the fight here. He's going to have to drag them out of these positions, or somehow FNATIC have pulled off the first. Good shot from Effie's, but he has no idea where Boaster is. Boaster, great work in the end. Brilliant flank after the absolute madness that went down on that site.
Oh, 20 seconds left. I'm pretty sure it goes back and forth for 3 or 4 trades on site. Durka again, 2 massive kills to at least get some control. But then Effie's, I don't know how, but he still gets that transfer. It still looks possible for V1 to close this round out. This second one here, massive to dig Vanity out for behind the double box.
That was all V1s until Durka came up.
Yes,
like that was theirs.
It was literally, yeah.
13-12, FNATIC with the upper hand here, but we look back towards what V1 can do. It's been Vanity being nuts on this side. Penny has had some brilliant moments, but we need it all to combine here to see V1 take this again into another OT, or it's map 1 into FNATIC's hands. First time FNATIC have had the lead in a hot minute, really. As already this mid-presence is being noted. Zelsis working up with that Aldrone. Doma on the other side, but timing's going to be key here. Who shows first? It's a swing from Doma, and it ain't a miss. Wall goes up, that's mid-control, but it's not where the hit's coming to. It's still this lean towards that A side. Durka sees it, but loses his life for it. Vanity succeeds, but Magnum is waiting patiently. Do they check on this player? Vanity's going to head on through, does not note it just yet. There is still presence here, and it's Magnum from up on top. Finds Vanity. Spike yet to go down. Magnum again! Jammies and Effies with it all to do in a 2v4 to save V1, to pull them into another OT. But Jammies gets called off by Mystic, and now Effie's again presented with what feels like the impossible task.
Lambot spots him out now in a position where he has to swing. He's going to spot a barrel hit. Try and dig one out with the shock dart. Doma, I guess, thinks he's unseen there, but comes through. We'll find the first. Doma falls.
HP. If it was cleaner, I could maybe see something. 20 more seconds. Magnum tries to throw it at Effie's. Grabs him down. And now the 1v2. Can he? Surely Boaster just plays this chill. He's got to be calm. You can see the pressure, the nerves mounting, but the denial from Mystic.
The one map that he flicks back over to the Cypher. And more recently, I mean, Mystic adopting the Viper here as well. It wasn't previously part of FNATIC's composition here, but no other surprises, really. I mean, looking at V1's, no adjustment once again, other than Jammies coming onto the Killjoy here, which is interesting, because obviously previously that was the Viper pick. So going without the Viper Astro kind of strength here that I was expecting on Ascent, and Zelsis flipping back onto the Phoenix, which was a talking point in the previous map. As I said, a slight composition change on Icebox, and it looks like actually we've got it in a total 180 in the other direction here on Ascent.
I like that. All right, bit of a change up. Keep in mind this looks different to that new turn game. You're different roster to an external roster, but agent selection. So again, this could be quite unique. If they prepped for that game, if they watched the most recent tapes, this could be a different look.
It could be a little more kind of frontline support to Penny in that role. But yeah, I think the V1 have played Astro and Viper so well that this is an interesting decision.
We love the jump peek, the quick reset after you hit the head on the top, but you can see playing to that smoke. Doma happy to play on the very verge of this. There is going to be a split coming through. Zelsys succeeds against Magnum, so it's going to be Doma feeling a little isolated, and they have not completely crossed. There it is. There's the rest of the punch, the 1-2. And it's going to be the site take for sure. Zelsys, great work in finding so much room. Durka on the playback in, and look, he's been great, but a 1v4 to kick things off might be a little bit beyond him, but a beautiful site take from V1 here.
Really, really nice pistol round there. Again, the pinch was perfectly timed. They get set up outside A lobby the whole while. Zelsys and Jammies picking up that slack elsewhere on tree, and they actually find a beautiful entry. Yeah, the time of the hit, just perfect collapse onto site. I mean, Doma, unfortunately, has to walk into the smoke there to try and find a kill, but can't get anything done at all.
So good little bound back here for version 1. Just get that mental in the right place, not get too bogged down after. It can weigh heavily on some if they do lose a lead like they had, that 12-2, you know, that can definitely impact, but a nice little mental reset. Durka, though, good connection towards Penny. And that's about it for now. No, I guess a stack towards A coming out from FNATIC on the defending side.
Slow down a little bit here and FNATIC to maybe go hunting for a little bit of information, maybe kill somewhere. Lots of damage onto Vanity, actually. They're going to try and close the distance here, but Boaster will fall.
Good work.
He gets traded out here.
Yeah, good work from Vanity, Effies, and Penny to all keep their cool there. No one fumbled their lines, kept it clean. Magnum can't get the punish. The dink came in, but it didn't really matter. Durka playing aim practice, gets one towards Effies, but this round will be version 1's, and it's a good one too. 4 alive, keeping everything building in the right direction.
Stuff. I didn't even actually mention it at the start there. I did note it, but Boaster obviously switching over from the Sova. Traditionally, what we saw historically, I guess, with FNATIC here on Ascend. Obviously, first time we've seen it at Reykjavík, but I'm interested to see him on that Sky pick, which isn't somewhere we usually see him.
No.
Again, last time we did see the variation from FNATIC here was Mystic coming over to the Viper. So coming into the, I guess, FNATIC's first buy round here, we'll see if it begins becoming apparent at least.
There's Durka postured up. Good first pick. Going to fall away from that. Penny now gone. Falls away to a new angle. A little committed on this, but being Jet does get the ability to dash out. It feels it for Durka. Man, he is sharp today. It's not Phoenix, but he's definitely got a hot hand in this one. Now, Effies and Jammies, let's see if they can maybe thread the needle, cut between the two, see if they can cost them a rifle here. That would be perfect for V1. Close to feeling the pressure, gets the info, swings on it. Should keep it clean, and does. So Effies now. I don't know if he could be able to catch anything from this. The fake flash to force Effies off, allow Durka the angle. Loses the fight, so that's a rifle gone. Keep in mind, you want to keep this clean. And Effies doing a little bit of damage to the economy, but not too much. Boaster there, keeping it safe. 1 rifle lost, but conversion for FNATIC.
I think they're a bit bigger picture. Durka, I mean, he falls and gets his Blade Storm online anyway here, so, you know, we could ride that out if they do want to potentially try and build this momentum. But it's a great opening from Durka and goes hunting once again. Finds the second, finds the third, and spike down. And again, I love the readjustment from Boaster as well. They know that they've kind of prioritized B main, and that kind of internal clock starts ticking. He's like, actually, mid's been exposed. It's been left open for, you know, 15 to 20 seconds, and comes around and perfectly times that flash.
Durka's a madman.
Hello.
He just walked mid. Hello, Durka? Okay, that was a little brave, wasn't it? I mean, they're all there as well. That's the sketchier part. The 3-play stack towards top mid. You've got Penny just spamming, hoping for connection. He knows he's got him pinned to an extent. Durka does get out of there, but ooh, scary beginning. V1 almost catching him on that. Quick play up towards Cat. Going to try and get that control in middle.
V1 trying to sit back and get a read for this, I guess, in that previous round with the aggression coming out from FNATIC. We were maybe anticipating that here. Not sure he actually spotted that, but the spy cam going to give the information away. Magnum punishes Jammies. Neither of the tripwires set off either, so I don't think that information would have been noted by Jammies before he fell, but FNATIC still set up to greet this push back on towards A.
You're dead.
The double stack on short from FNATIC and then greet this 3-play up.
Huge
You can see
paranoia.
already Doma's done well to deny this, to buy a bit of time on these rotations. You still have Durka waiting. Knives out at dawn, just already going to take down 2 pennies and Effie's falls, but Vanity trying the best he can on this to swing. He's ahead of it. He's got the angle to play with, but the spike's down on shore. He knows Doma's up to something. He's read this well. Vanity, can he try and dig them out of this scenario? 13 seconds though. If he had the spike, maybe he could have done something, but waiting patiently will be Magnum and Mystic. And it's over and done with FNATIC. Get this one rolling after what could have been a great play, but the combination that Doma pulled off there with the play coming in from Durka, well handled on that pressure coming through on short.
Probably the freest skill we'll see throughout the series. Magnum just sat in the spike out, but this is massive from Durka to find both of those, and then Doma, like I said, amazing paranoia thrown through to completely stop that aggression. Durka there to capitalize on it also.
Look at the switch up of utility too. And there's Durka on the push out with the op as well. He's taking space. He does not care for your turret. He's going to take your life. And already this mid aggression is a reflex. Durka! A pixel out of place is all the man needs apparently. These are pistols against him, but he looks unfazed. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Doesn't want to get swarmed here. There's still danger in this. Effie's, Penny, and Vanity trying to find this pick, but they've got middle control, but at what cost? Seeker's going to come down, spot them out, find them, and keep them pressured back, and Durka retaking this territory.
Yeah, Boaster actually now comes through, going to punish Effie's and Penny. Will rotate back towards mid. The fake flash goes out, but Vanity tucked down there. Boaster deals with that one. His third on the round, and FNATIC's third on the board. Beautiful opening once again by Durka. Just zero respect played to the turret, to jammies. Even there, just it's beautiful. They've got to try and do something. They've got to try and do something to stop Durka in the early round. Again, the operator not so prominent on Icebox, but here on Ascent already the way he's playing, and it's so much value on the back of almost, you know, no kind of utility play, right? It's just Durka going creeping.
But look, if any region knows how to deal with operator aggression, it's North America. So many of these teams just capitalize on it. They're so well aware of how this can be played. I want to see that Phoenix in use, and you're going to have to commit that utility a little earlier, but they're going to put so much faith in him to lock down the entirety of B and basically middle with the camp and stack out towards A for FNATIC. A good read, as it looks like Version1 are heading this way. Mystic on that jump peak. Resetting the movement nice and quickly, trying to get that info if anyone does manage to make it across.
Slow down again. Durka just, he's on a walkabout.
Mid though, the timing on mid is everything. Zelsis and Jammies, if he makes a step,
no way,
anything. Now the camera might.
So he's up underneath the turret right now.
The turret can't see it. Does he wait? No, he takes the opportunity now. That Zelsis gone, but while that happened, Doma got aggressive, feeling himself now, found 2, and now there's problems aplenty. 1 up short and 1 towards main. Effie's, there's still so much utility to try and work through towards A. Now Jammies could alleviate that pressure, but there's 2 players filling the void. Good connection on the first shot, but Boaster denies. FNATIC looking very well situated here.
Again, you leave that gap open, and this is the first time, again, Jammies hasn't really posted up with the turret, directly watching the B main walkout, but again,
with the flash.
Perfectly timed as well. Yeah, a little bit of a team flash comes through, but it's fine, right? He's not turned to face it there.
Bye-bye.
This is the thing, right? As long as your enemies are flashed longer than you are, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Now, and look at this adjustment of utility again. Look at they are literally putting 4 players in the correct side. They have the right reads on this. This is big brain play from FNATIC. They have 4 players basically leaning towards B. You've got Durka going to go and walkabouts in middle. Again, slicing right through. There might be a fight with Vanity on that one, but Penny going to show presence, but there's so much here on the other side. Magnum's camera still in play, and you're going to have that one-way, well. Just dirty too, but good counter utility might allow them to step through. Durka trying to follow that jet on the way out, doesn't quite get what he wants. Penny's still alive, but look at this util spam. It is just completely engulfing every part of this. But considering the lighter purchase coming out from V1, they're on the site. Magnum does not care. He is going to put his body on the line. He doesn't get much for it, though. A 2-for-1, a 3-for-1 trade out. Version1 finding value here. Doma, oh, Doma and Durka quickly pulling this back from the brink as Vanity now called upon to save Version1 again. Great shot on Doma. But it's him against Durka. The lineup's not there. He's going to have to swing on this now. He does need to face this. No, Durka, no way! He's gotten away with it again!
I know, but that transfer from Doma was absolutely insane. What a retake. Again, Vanity, the last man standing up on lane. Again, he can't give too much away, but the smoke comes down just before Doma falls, and it sets Durka up to just stick that defuse. What an amazing retake here. This transfer was insane. I thought he was going to snap to the left, but he actually snapped
I was
right
ready.
there. He would have found the third as well. He would have found the third as well.
But also, let's call it for what it is. Penny made that round viable. That was a real light buy. There wasn't much to it. They got through all that utility. They made it for the spike plant. V1 did really well there to get that far. That was a frenzy, Sheriffs, bits and pieces. Now, this will force the tactical timeout. And V1 need to adjust here, because they are being run over by Durka. They are being predicted pretty heavily in this. The correct calls coming out from FNATIC are being a huge issue. It feels like Cypher is everywhere on this map for them.
And V1 trying to put the stops on it right now. Again, even with that round perfectly set up by V1, but actually FNATIC back up, they respect the lockdown, and even with all of that kind of utility invested in the early round, yes, V1 get entry, they get site control, but FNATIC just brawl their way back on. It's the worst kind of round to lose, especially on that purchase as well coming out. I mean, really, it's Penny, like you said, opening things up with the Blade Storm, at least creating that space and forcing a couple of players from FNATIC off these key angles.
Now take from this what you will, though, right? Like, this is still V1 on the attacking side, having to kind of come back into this after a pretty hefty blow on map 1. They still have to rekindle a little bit of that magic that was happening on map 1 in the earlier rounds, but I think the scarier part, if you look at this from a technical standpoint, is once these rifles have come out, V1 have looked a little lost here, so I'm glad the timeout happened now.
Okay, again, this time Jammy's gonna post up. They keep Durka in check here, at least on B main, but I mean, it comes back to the discussion we were just starting to have, right? It's this rotation of utilities, the switch up of these setups, and FNATIC just have such a good read on which rounds are the ones that they want to play proactively. Kind of deny this early control from V1. Durka now might actually pick up one player walking through. Penny actually drifting through that nebula here. Doesn't find anything on the other side, but Oster's sitting so deep here, just trusting Durka to control B main and market here. And again, off the back of those early rounds, I think it's the right decision. They can create so much space.
Now, there has been that double stack on short. There's been a super tricky factor to get past, but Doma's still good for 2. How does he get 2 out of that with so much pressure coming in? They're using the timing so well off the back of the Hunter's Fury. Vanity trying to do it for his side, but now on 1v2, Durka still stands, and he removes FTs from the equation. It's the 1v1. But Jammies gets a spike. Oh, he just keeps his head down. Durka up above, can't do it. Jammies lives. 11 HP is what it takes. And V1 convert finally in a gun round.
Crazy. And again, Doma in a spot where he's able to kind of quell this aggression so quickly on 3. Yes, it comes 2, but finding 2 there. Vanity actually does, yeah, wow. Vanity is good, yes.
Yeah.
Vanity is very good player. Very good player.
He did so well to find those 2 kills, because otherwise that would have been, what, like a 2v4 on the site? So,
yeah,
very well played to him in that regard. Zelsis does have ult, so does Vanity here.
You are divided!
Cosmic Divide gonna throw up. Over on A, and Zelsis is looking to close the distance very quickly. Doma to dip his toes, though, will find Penny on the way in. Zelsis and is running back. It's also cancelled out here in the Cosmic Divide time, and actually going to run down. They're not going to get any site control on the back of this utility being invested.
Seekers go down, going to reveal A little bit of information still. There is that split coming up short later. Now that Zels is going to work back on through. No one's playing directly in towards tree. It's more kind of that deeper hold coming in from Magnum. And Jammy's going for the look, trying to punish this flank that has been exploited, but Boaster very aware. Durka catching that re-rotate through middle. Zels is still accounted for. And Durka wants a bit more. The cape could give it away if it's not careful. So Durka's going to be just holding this for now. Spike is still in the hands of Effie's. And Vanity, can he make any space off this? Doma's still such a problem as well. Yeah, Doma, he's not letting them move, man. Doma is being such a good player at finding these angles for them. Effie's does get the reveal, though. Gonna find him. Quick! Desperation spray. Pretty labored there towards Magnum, but woof. I need that fan, dude.
It's like an Effie's from 3 patches ago, right? Just trying to send it at Magnum. Right here again, Doma just dipping his toes before the Cosmic Divide, and again, just a small thing there, the adjustment to not have the Cosmic Divide cut off the switch to make it easy for them to close the door here allows Doma to play the spot, right? The aim for version 1 is never to come through and take either control of the door, the switch, or tree, at least from A main side. So a little bit of an adjustment there, I think, required on that set piece, because I mean, Doma just hitting 2 shots. Yeah, sure, you can't bank on it, but nobody posted up from V1 watching that. I'm not so sure.
It's broken the money now. Tactical timeout for FNATIC, maybe just to keep the focus up, keep it in control of the game, or simply just to get into V1's heads here.
Say, they're getting a little loud over there. I'm like, this is more like of a flex timeout.
Why not? Money's good as well. 3.5, 6.1, 5.3, solid. Yeah, Doma's a little lighter, but he has been filling that space so perfectly. And you've seen the kind of, Doma and Durka combination like directly together on Icebox, but this is just Doma doing great. This is the guy that I did title Big Daddy Doma. So he's kind of doing that work again. And we got to look at V1 for the adjustment here. They've got to find a little bit of a way back in. Out of all the real gun rounds, we've had that one posted up off the back of Vanity finding great deals of space. Finding those 2 picks on the site was massive for them. You need a little more of that. And this round on the money is going to be kind of nasty.
So, again, not this round specifically, but looking for V1 to maybe make a bit of a switch up here, because again, I got to put a lot of weight into what Durka's doing in the early round. And so far, I mean, one round they've been able to kind of deal with that, and then maybe a little bit of a misread, and Jammies is actually caught off guard by Boaster. Again, anticipating the fact that that's been left open for so long, but he's just rotating. The Cypher setup and Durka rotating every single round here it's got V1 just kind of scrambling for an answer.
Mid control going to be gained for V1, forcing Durka away from this. Confirmation after the back of that ping. They're going to be able to walk up short. Now, there is still going to be Magnum on the other side. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, the count to 3. Yeah, the classic, right? And Vanity's going to just thread the needle, though. Really well played by Vanity, just keeping it quiet, almost burst on contact. Boaster is here, though. High flash towards heaven. He knows there's now presence coming his way. Vanity going to be coming through. Good catch from Effie's. This is a light buy round, and they made a great deal out of it, but they don't expect Doma. Still waiting in hell, bringing them down to it. FNATIC succeeding again. V1, they found a bit of room there, but again, they're only on the pistols.
And actually rare that Doma's not in a position to kind of, stop that push coming on through to Magnum or whoever it is rotating onto play tree, but Doma is just rock solid right now for FNATIC. Just time and time again. Yeah, Boaster low HP, takes the first contact here. Spike falls on the back of Effie's, and Doma has an advantageous 1v1 with a low HP Vanity.
We need to make sure they can't do that.
Again, even just noting there, you need to make sure they
can't
walk up
do
short
that.
Here. You already, again, the troubleshooting on the fly, right?
Yep, Durka trying to greet it with sheer force from short. Boaster gets noted from top middle. Big reaction as well from the Viper to pop the ult towards B, so half of the map's now cut off.
This is key, though. It's Durka that goes over and peeks short, and they're thinking, okay, well, he's rotated now. He's playing short with the operator. He's going to post in tree, but actually, he's going to drift away. And FNATIC set up perfectly now for where V1 are going to lean towards.
They've read the mid play, they've got the confirmation on it too. There's going to be the Hunter's Fury coming down. Effie's going to try and send them in, give them a little bit of a way forward. Mystic avoiding it just fine. And they haven't had that hit on the site yet. They're still looking for that first pick. Now, Mystic just found Penny. Oh dear, that's not the beginning. And I think Penny was the one in towards Connector over by Market. So still, V1 struggling for that final push towards the site itself. They still need this pick, and FNATIC are saying, nah, we'll sit as deep as we have to. We do not have to give you a single inch in this. V1 have to be the aggressors. 37 seconds. No gateways are open. It might be this late lean back towards A, and you highlighted it. Durka and Doma, the D&D combo, still waiting here.
Doma playing a cheeky little off angle once again.
Here we go.
Potentially a one and done, but he's going to have everybody knocking on the door here. Good for the first, the
Oh!
second, the third. Oh my word, Doma is playing insane right now.
The D&D combo coming alive, holding it down. And they'd been conditioned to be paranoid about Magnum playing towards short, playing by tree, and this swing off the back, and there was still the attention being drawn towards Durka. There's no way through. V1 are under lock and key right now, living in the pockets of FNATIC. And Doma looking unfazed, man. He looks ready to go. 3-8, Hypok. I did not expect this.
No, this is sheer dominance here from FNATIC. V1 now going to try and switch things up a little bit. The lockdown invested. Going to try a quick zone off on B, but look at this. Everybody stacked up here. Dirk has gone hunting already. He's already on the flank. Boaster finds the first. This is disgusting.
This utility, this crunch, just to get out towards B is so much. TP towards the back of Boathouse. Doma actually tried to commit on it. Vanity, happy to find that. Says, yeah, no worries. We'll take any freebie we're given. Already, though, how has Magnum got here? Unchecked on. Oh, no, that's a freebie on Jammies. No way. Another 3v3. Durka able to instantly work through. There's the divide. They're all on the side. Great work from Zelsis. Isolates Magnum. And he wants more. You know he's going to hold this like his life might just depend on it. Durka, Mystic on the other side. He's still there. He's still holding. They know it. Just on the other side. Here we go. In it comes Zelsis. Great work on it. And Effie shuts down Durka. Good hold. And just enough buffer for the second half.
Yeah, the best of a worst, best of a bad scenario, I gotta say it. But FNATIC just showing such a good grasp on reading V1. And again, I just want to come back to that previous round again, where we just caught that soundbite, right? We've got to make sure they can't do that again. What's the answer? Cypher and Viper go over towards B. Durka peeks short in the early round. There's a wall set up covering Market and Tiles. It's perfect. Viper ult comes into B main. It's literally the perfect way to counter that. Actually, then, they find a kill elsewhere, and V1 have to lean back towards executing on A. And who is it? It's Durka and Doma there to hold it down. A beautiful response there, and I love hearing them address that on the fly.
Now the second half, Pistols have eluded FNATIC. Previous to now, V1 have been solid at these. If their mental game is on point, they can pick this right back up. They can close that gap off the back of the pistol almost. Flash through middle. FNATIC gonna start working towards tree. It's gonna be Zelsis on the other side. Gonna have Penny not too far away. Quick flash in there. Actually gonna pressure right in. Zelsis.
I love this.
Checked on. No, he has been seen. Dirk has found him. And now they're gonna play through towards heaven. Gonna cut off the rotations. Effie on the chopping block does find one, but a quick 2-for-1 trade. FNATIC find the site. And now where's that spike? Still in hand. Still gonna be planted. It's Doma with it to do. Effie's and Jammy's gonna try and play this one back in.
Planted.
Bit of an off-default plant. Magnum already got the spy cam set up here, but keep your eyes on A main. Mystic set up deep here. You can see already the snake bite floating over. Actually has to line up for heaven to cut off this push out.
And you have to then pick short.
This is brutal.
There is nowhere to go, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You got to bide your time. More of it being bought. Look at these layers. Oh, just so much just to get to this point, and let alone get to the side. Doma says, no, not today, bud. Mystic the same. It's now FNATIC picking up the pistol.
What an amazing pistol round strat as well. Again, the paranoia comes through, and the full expectation there is, yeah, we'll sit in tree. That's just to kind of get the entry towards door, you know, maybe get in through A main, cut me off these angles. But what happens? As three, they push through, they break through glass, they take heaven control initially, and V1 have to play so deep. They have to give up all of that space early on. And right there, I mean, again, leaving Mystic way back deep, he's in a position where as soon as they try to regroup for that retake, and there's a line up there to stop it, then the spy cam, there's all this, like, such early kind of utility to contest with on that retake that it makes it impossible for V1.
Both these teams coming through in that second place spot. V1 living a little longer towards the upper side of things, but FNATIC thriving in the lowers, it seems. Vanity gonna aggress a little further forward. And look, they used to be called Bucky FC. Let's see if they're aware of what's on the other side. Yeah, they are. Mystic, no worries with that. Flash down to Wine just in case.
Here.
And while this happens...
Double stack.
Yeah. This could be anything but fun for Durka. Surely you don't expect two. You're gonna get one, but he checks on a second. He doubled down on it. Effie's does shut him down, but now you're gonna see V1 down to Jammies and Effie's again. These two trying to just keep this together. This is gonna be double digits on the board, Hypoc.
This is scary right now for V1. Magnum gonna clean that one up, and I gotta say, towards the end of that performance with New Turn, really the cracks started to show, right? And we credit V1 for the mid-round calling and remain composed under pressure here, but this is a big round deficit. I mean, one of the biggest we've seen V1 operate under, so now the pressure insurmountable for them here to dig back into this map.
You can see it starting to look a little bit worrying as double digits are achieved. Now, bonus round for FNATIC, full buy coming out, or the best that they're going to get for V1 in this. It has to start now for V1. They cannot wait any longer. If there's any damage done, problems become even more insurmountable. Penny just going to posture up over towards long. No initial contact as FNATIC. Not particularly a fully light buy. Durka does have a rifle out.
I love that. I always just love seeing what a Cypher is up to mid-round. Posted up outside there. Again, FNATIC anticipating maybe V1 trying to counter the way these rounds have gone with some aggression. Mystic over here. Creating that pressure.
Lovely combo.
Yeah. Was the damage necessary? Going to keep Boaster. Keep him honest for the time being. Actually, might actually be able to isolate one in market here. Jammy's posted up. He will come out, find Durka initially. And I think retreat.
Where is the eventual goal here? They look a little lost without the plan. G1 going to dig their heels in on this round.
30 seconds left.
As said, you want to see it be kept clean. Maybe they're just trying to get the rifles away and purely playing to that. They don't really care for much more. Doma up towards it. What did Doma have for breakfast, dude? He's still landing shots. V1 though, going to keep them at arm's length. Doma going to cost them 2, not 3. Penny controls, and we have 1 on the board for Version1, and they needed that. 3 stay alive here.
They didn't. I think you're right. FNATIC could just kind of look to do some damage, maybe get some ultimate progression, which is why we kind of see things a little scrappy, I guess, a little bit of split focus, kind of 2 or 3 different executions going on at the same time. But I guess 2 consolation kills at least on the back of Doma. To see, yeah, they can. I mean, they can buy back into this one. Still no light armors across the board as Effie's and Zelsis down to 200 and 400 credits respectively. Durka going to ride the Blade Storm here, so making the play for the operator and rifles across the board elsewhere.
It's Penny again, who's going to have to deal with a lot coming his way. They are all walking right towards him. He's expecting the player on the top. He's going to see at least 2. That's more than enough. Flash comes out. Durka takes the site. We are in. Durka to go towards heaven as well. Magnum finds 1. Good work from Vanity to quickly shut down Durka. No more threats in that aspect for now. Vanity going to try and keep that spike under pressure as well. Combination could be good on that. Don't see too much damage or too much off the back of it just yet. Spike now down.
See FNATIC set up in this post one now. Mystic actually no snake bites left, so that's not going to be the play here. They want to take control of this. Magnum actually set aside the spike, and the flash comes from Zelsis, just comes swinging onto site here. Jammies will find Poster elsewhere, but the trade comes through.
Yeah, but Vanity still stands, and he is refusing to lose. Effie's saving Version1 here. Good work in the end off the back of Vanity finding 2 out of nowhere. And they need a couple of these rounds to come through for them. They need that confidence back.
They really do. Need to get it rolling early in this round again. Decent opportunity, and again, I love the fact that Durka's still trying to be aggressive there, even when they get a little bit of control of sight. Great work from Vanity again.
Let's go. Nice fucking
go.
Beautiful stuff. But again, I love it from Durka. He just keeps going hunting. He wants to punish even further. FNATIC actually able to muster together a little bit of a purchase here, at least down to 1,200, 1,400, and a couple of rifles on the board in the hands of Mystic and Doma.
You see Penny having his own walkabouts. We saw what happened with Durka doing it. Speaking of, Durka having a little bit of a stroll through middle. Jammy's now fully aware. Not going to have any of what he's trying to sell today. Jammy's going to control middle. Good work from him. Finding one of the danger men here. FNATIC not finding a way in. You can see them testing a couple of different approaches, looking across the map for that first entry, and no one's giving much. But for now, all they've noted is there was a Marshall coming through, so not too much to be worried about yet. But you can see the slow coming in towards short, allowing the focus to be drawn towards main. Zelsis going to be tasked with keeping control too. Does well onto one, but Doma with the trade. It's now sight ready and waiting, but Penny finding Doma shuts down that second prong of the attack.
And actually, they come through and they do clear hell. Actually, what?
What?
Mystic and Boaster still win that one. Seekers invested here, find themselves in a 2v2. Boaster down to 7 HP though. Mystic till got 2 snake bites, so he could potentially reset here.
Oh, he's off.
I'm going to force them out.
He's got the lineup on this. So yeah, Boaster may be dead in the water.
Beautiful.
But now timing's everything. He's going to have to invest
one
of them on it. There it is. Mystic takes down Effie's. Jammies has nothing to
beautiful.
do! No way did they pull that off!
Oh, Lauren, the bait is perfect. Boaster getting detained makes them think, yeah, they tried to pull back all the way out. And again, not anticipating. They're thinking that Mystic's the one detained, right? The ult is on
because
site.
it's the ult, sir.
That was so beautiful.
They just galaxy brained it.
They just force-fed them information and then capitalized on it. It was so beautifully done.
Mistake.
Oh my god. 11-6. FNATIC had no right to turn that round. You saw the buy they had coming in, a couple of rifles, but it wasn't even the guns that got him that. Galaxy Brain plays coming through. Now you're going to see aggression as the answer from version 1. They want back in. They are looking ferocious to try and fight any advantage. Now taking down Magnum, that's a good beginning. They get control towards that B side of things. Doma tries to find the info off the back, gives a little bit of intent, but it's over towards A we go. Short has most of that utility put down. Jammy's caught in no man's land. The timing could not be worse. The site's all theirs. Durka can confirm it.
Couple of things for V1 to fight back in here, but a direct 4v4. Zelsis with the running back, the Cosmic Divide, the Blade Storm also. So we're going to get a bit of investment here.
Nice work from Penny on the first. They need a couple more like that. Penny looking for the opportunity. Now Mystic's doing his damage as much as he can. Vanity gone, who's been clutch for them so far, but it's low HP for Mystic, 19 only. Effie's going to find Doma, but Mystic still lives. Boaster's still alive in the 1v1. Zelsis. But Boaster plays the time to perfection. It's 12 for FNATIC.
This is so fantastic to watch. And no bias intended, but FNATIC are playing beautiful Valorant right now. Just time and time again. And we talk about it, we always credit the playbook and how deep it is for FNATIC. And they've shown so many just clean executes, so many clean post-plant setups. And most of them not relying on that utility crutch, right? They're able to lean either direction here, and V1 backs against the wall. FNATIC, map and series point here.
It all comes down to this. Version 1 could be going home in this round. And it would be an EU team to send them there. I could not imagine this. But FNATIC's elevation, their approach today has been nothing short of formidable. But Durka going to lead the way on this one. There's still presence on the site. Spotting out one towards Hell. Seekers go in. Jammy's in all kinds of danger, but Zelsis going to find Boaster. Great work from Zelsis. Refusing to lose, but gets put down by Doma. And now the 3v3. Spike not planted. Got the denial coming in. Oh, comes out. Penny forced off the angle just a touch. Now Spike plant comes down.
Get the neural theft going in. They know how deep they're playing this. They're all set up for this retake already, so FNATIC got to do magic to run the clock down.
Oh,
here.
Magnum!
Finds the first,
Magnum!
the second!
They've only done it for FNATIC, sending Version1 home, living through the lower bracket. This is exceptional from FNATIC. And I don't know what celebration it's going to be now, but I think you can see what this means to them. They make it one step further. Is this North America going home on the airplane right now? It does look like it is.